What's up? What's up? What's up? Testing 1, 2. All right, so let's jump out here and see what we have going today. So I saw that the low floats were up there on board. What I'm seeing on my scan for the low floats is IMTE. It's the only one that is green. Doesn't really have any strong catalyst, but has 31 million shares traded on it. So it is leading the day in volume for sure. And we'll just have to see what else comes up to challenge that. Challenge. Right, let's jump over here to our main. This is what it was looking like this morning. Came from 80 something cents, went up to $2 and pulled back to 128. Let's go ahead and jump over here to research. All right, so seeing out here, the biggest thing is Senate announces bill to end shutdown. Here's what is in it. So there'll probably be some kind of video explaining that we will see. Go to higher floats. So Betson says Trump's $2,000 dividend may come in tax cuts. CoreWeave faces earnings heat amid cracks in the AI trade. China fulfills promise, curbs fentanyl linked exports to U.S. TSMC's slowing sales turn spotlight on AI doubts. It's Trump economy. It's Trump economy now. Americans don't seem happy. Gold rises as weak economic data boosts rate cut bets. U.S. futures climb as hopes grow for end to shutdown. Musk vote shows Tesla is done being just a car company. All right, so all of that is a while ago. The most recent things. Where's my IRS direct deposit relief payment? And what about the tariff dividend? Don't really know about that. Crypto treasury companies pivot to fringe tokens, stoking volatility fears. Shark Tank India judges eyewear firm Lenskark seesaws and trading debut. Okay. Kind of resumes Nexperia chip exports. Data centers in Nvidia's hometown stand empty, awaiting power. BBC boss Tim Davie resigns over Trump documentary edit. Indonesia molds video game curbs. Okay, let's get into some
economy with those higher income consumers drive. We have a K-shaped stock market, and it's coinciding with a K-shaped economy with those higher income consumers driving a lot of the resilience that we've seen within the economy. How concerned are you of the link between
what y'all got going on? What is this API? Okay. Why are they blocking the video all of a sudden? Interesting. Give me my video. Interesting. It is what it is. So the sectors, 3 sectors divide or void. What WBD breakup means for Hollywood economy. Beyond big tech. Let's go over here to the actual video tab here. And I'm not seeing chat. Good morning, Hebrew. fix this so I can see the chat. All right, so where were we? We're on the videos. Yahoo Finance always has a couple issues in the morning. It's all good. Oh, and they took us back out here. Okay, well, that's cool.
We have a K-shaped stock market, and it's coinciding with a K-shaped economy, with those higher income consumers driving a lot of the resilience that we've seen within the economy. How concerned are you of the link between the stock market gains to that higher income consumer, and how that could potentially bleed through to some of the economic growth that we've been enjoying over the past few quarters?
Yeah, I think that as well. The K-shaped consumer and the K-shaped companies in the economy is definitely worth watching, because you do, as your earlier segments talked about with the consumer companies, you're definitely seeing strain on the lower part of that K, and demographically as well. And so it bears watching, because it impacts a lot of the consumer companies. And you've seen it in some of the earnings reports, where you've got a lot of frontline consumer companies that understand how fraught consumers are with the higher level of prices they're paying now versus 5 or 6 years ago. And you touched on this: autos are expensive, homes are expensive, education. There's just a lot of things going in, making it tough for that lower side, and they're staying supremely value conscious. But they're also making choices in terms of, if they may not travel, as extensively, but they'll do staycations close to home. They may not spend up on certain things, but they'll divert someplace else. But the higher end consumer, as long as housing values in stock market, their spending tends to be much more tied to things like that, as opposed to employment concerns or things like that. And even with a pullback in here, we suspect that when you look at overall net income and values that top tier owns, it's grown substantially in the last few years, not just in the US, but globally as well.
Okay, the K-shaped economy. 3 sectors to buy and 1 to avoid if the market pulls back. Oh no. They have commercials. Get that out of here. Let's see if they can. All right. 3 sectors to buy. No compatible source, but it's playing the source. What are they talking about? They're absolutely playing the source, okay. Guess I'm gonna have to let their commercials play. I have to go and figure out what's setting off that alarm system on this website. Interesting. Anyway, looking over here,
We have a K-shaped stock market, and it's coinciding with a K-shaped economy.
Okay, you keep starting off there, but you play any other videos? Reading back down through here, where we have I'll let that play. But yeah, beyond big tech, 6 other stock picks that are leveraging up there.
5-10%. I'm curious how you think investors would react to that, how they would respond. You think they move in and buy that dip?
I do think, and I think you want to be in the areas that have the best growth. And that points me to 3 sectors in particular. That would be technology, industrials, and healthcare. And I think if we do have a pullback, you're likely going to see a lot of those mega cap tech stocks potentially being the leaders to the downside, right? They've had the higher beta on the upside, which means they're probably going to have the higher beta to the downside. And I do think we're at that moment of truth. It's very similar to what we saw during the dot-com age, where people were questioning about the sustainability of growth in those stocks. I think that we're going to continue to see momentum build going forward. Those stocks have, outsized margins. They're going to continue to lead the growth, earnings growth in this market. And I think the investment's going to be there to continue to lead to, again, sustained, viable earnings growth in that particular sector. So those are the 3 sectors.
Hold up. We got, what is GLTO over here? What is this? What is this? Went from $5 up here to $20. Anybody else seeing GLTO? $5 up to $20. What is the news on this one? GLTO announces an acquisition of Dermora Therapeutics. So acquisition of Dermora Therapeutics, it says, is that all of it? Yep. Acquisition, certain statements. Okay, so this is an acquisition. I saw that. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on over here? But it's an acquisition, so I don't know how powerful that's going to be. But that's quite a bit of a move from, $5 up here to 19. Anyway, for an acquisition, at least. Let's see. It's a little steep right now. We'll see where it pulls back up. So I'm gonna continue reading into this one because there's got to be something else for a move that big. It's got 4 million shares on it. Okay, Galgecko. Clinical stage biotechnology company focuses on the development of novel treatments for oncology and liver diseases, announced its operating and financial results. During the first quarter, we continued to advance GB3226, our dual Yeats and something else inhibitor for multiple genetic subsets of AML, said Dr. Hans. We continue preclinical studies. Okay, so they plan to continue these preclinical studies into Q1 2026. Let's see. We believe GB322 whatever has the potential not only as a monotherapy but also as a powerful combination agent, existing standard of care. Okay, so first quarter 2025 financial results, cash and cash equivalents of March 31st, 2025 were approximately 11.9 million. The company anticipates that its cash and cash equivalents will be sufficient to fund operating expenses and capital requirements in 2026, including the submission of an investigational new drug application for GB3226. The company will require substantial additional capital to finance its operations, including future clinical development. Okay, research and development expenses were $0.7 million for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2025. Says the decrease of 1.8 million was primarily related to the decreased preclinical studies and clinical trial related expenses of 0.3 million, decreased personnel costs of 1.2 million, and decreased consulting and other research and development costs. Okay. Continue to look around here. Net loss attributable to common stocks. Let's go see a little bit more about this company, where they're from and all of that stuff. Let's dive into it because this is looking like the most bullish stock on the day right now. The first idea that I thought was going to hold was this first one. So we got a secondary idea here. Right through this guy. And usually we don't see acquisitions getting this much heat in the mornings or at any point, actually. We extend that to the right. So we got the first idea that I was like, oh, it's a little steep. And then it came back up and tried up here again at 1890s. Let me go and pull up its profile. So GLPO. $253%. Wow. Okay, so profile, clinical stage biotechnology company develops molecule therapeutics treatment for fibrosis, cancer, inflammation, and other related diseases. The company develops GB3226, a clinical small molecule dual inhibitor, an oral small molecule inhibitor of galectin-3 to treat multiple types of oncology and liver disease indications. It was founded in 2011 and is headquartered in Copenhagen, Denmark. This is a nice Denmark stock, pushing on up. Oh wow, pushing on up there to 20 something bucks. Never mind, 23 something bucks. Okay, so daily peak. I must have looked at this before. It's already a levels up here. I haven't even looked at the daily on the we had to see this sometime earlier. Let's go to the daily chart and see what's going on there. Because I have not marked this up today. So maximize sales. Daily chart. So I had marked back here. I don't know what dates I marked this. Let me see if I can see edit. Looks like back in, let me see, January, February, March 19th, I made this mark. So March 19th was when we marked this up. And it had this big gap. Oh, I marked this big gap back here. And the top of this gap is 27. Okay. So yeah, those marks are probably still valid. Has this level up here. Let me delete this drawing so I can see the candle. Remove that one. Okay, so the top of this candle is 31.81. So this is a little peak out here. Go ahead and duplicate. Out there to 31.74. All right, so pretty much invalidated these last downtrends that I thought were going to be valid. Made a new high here at 24.44 with 5 million shares traded. And continuing to break out. Okay. So not really a whole bunch of pullback, just huge moves from 4 up to 25 on an acquisition. So something else is happening here. Usually most acquisitions don't do this. Says Galecto Q2 EPS 2.60 up from 5 or -5 year over year. So yes, they're making more money. Let's see, making a little bit more money, but all I'm seeing is acquisition news as of recent. Like months ago, it was saying that they're making more money, but now it's just an acquisition. All right, so hit a high up here of 26 something. It won't. Oh, Biz Phone says Schwab won't let you trade GLTO. Now remember what we did read though. They said they're trying to raise money for 2026, Q1 2026. So this is pretty close. I'm thinking that they are going to be very, very willing to sell shares back onto the market, especially at these prices. I mean, any company there, it literally says in the documentation where they're trying to make money in Q1. Q1 is how many months away? It's November, December, January, 2 months away. So are they being pressed for time here? Is the question as well. Top side of this is 2650. And we'll see if any new ideas form and how it reacts to these. Is it going to re-enter down here, or is it going to continue to try to go higher? This one is a little steep once again. This first idea here, we'll see if it breaks back out of that. No. On Schwab, you should be able to trade at 6. We're past that time. We're 22 past the time that you should be able to trade on Schwab. So they're probably actually actively blocking this stop. I wish there was a way to see that messaging without actually trying to take a trade. Let me just put in 0. If I put in 0, what will it say? Put in 0 and then try to buy this. So extended. Let's just try to sell. Okay, sorry, system does not attempt. Oh man, it won't give me that messaging. Okay, what about buy? Nope. I gotta actually put a. Oh, you know what? Let me try the day and then put 1 in here. So let's buy. Now let's sell. What kind of messaging is gonna give me? Short sales are not permitted on this account type. Okay, let's do. I mean, it's looking like it's gonna let me do it, but let's just buy the bid. Okay, your order is not eligible. Yep, it's blocking it. Blocking it. Yep. I was hoping it wasn't just gonna buy me in. Gotcha. But anyway, it is trading around these levels, and this is one that we looked at earlier in the year. I had already had these levels out here. I just didn't realize that we had already seen it. But on a daily chart, this is quite a bit of a pop here, but it does have a history of giving back. So these folks are not scared to sell on us, sell more shares onto the market, and dilute the price, dilute it back on down. So I'll be very careful on this one. I think that's what TOS is looking at, is their previous history of dumping. All right, so it was a little steep there. It's got room back down to these previous upwards ideas down here, like what, 1650 or whatnot. And we're going to see it is making lower lows there at 2141. Not seeing anything else right now that is super bullish. So it's got 6 million shares traded. Closed with the ATR of $1.30 from yesterday. But yeah, whole lot of heat out here that I'm guessing there's a lot of missing volume because some institutions are blocking the trade. So, I'm guessing if TOS was allowed, this thing would have way more volume. Coming back up there and starting to use this $23 level as, and this was a previous daily peak level that is showing some resistance at. Bottom side of this candle just peaked under the first idea, the first downtrend idea of 2111. Almost a 10 million shares traded as well. 3 million shares to go. Continue to kind of follow this trend down right at that $20 level. Is it going to give us a new downward side? I mean, most of the ideas that we've seen, we haven't seen any real pullbacks. So just straight up. And I think the company is going to be definitely trying to dilute. I mean, this is a lot of money that they just made on acquisition news. They're definitely going to be able to fund their research. And I think the more people go and read it, you know, the people that can trade it, go and read it, they're going to be like, wait a minute. $22.30. A little bit more volume coming in there, but still way away from 10 million. Only like about 200,000 more shares traded. Coming on down. So the point of control is down here at 1309. It has not moved up. Let me check the other charts. So on the 5-minute point of control is at 1399, and then the 15-minute is at 1651. So let me go ahead and draw that box out here so we can see the highest levels of trading here. So 1309 up to 1651. 1651, and we'll see how that ends up moving around. Oh, it's giving me 52. I'll take 52. All right, so this is the highest level of trading that is seen. Coming down right to that first idea, we'll see how it ends up holding there. But no real uptrend ideas yet. Guess you could look at this as one. Let's see. So from here, there's one right there. Could be a little something. Then there's one like right up in here. See if it starts to fail these levels and get back down. But definitely covered a lot of space. 22 all the way down. That's a $2 drop, $3 drop right there. $20.82. These moves are pretty huge for the volume that's coming in. You would expect it to be trading thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of shares, and it's not. Should have reached 10 million by now for sure. So that was a little peak. So this is another downwards idea coming in here. Go ahead and mark that up. Another downwards idea. Am I on the top of this? Oh, maybe I need to squeeze it down a little bit. There we go. All right, so we got another downwards idea. So it comes all the way back down here. It's over with anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep that one there for now. So it's testing what looks like some kind of upwards idea, but I'm not sure. It can easily fall. Looks like. What will it do back down here into this point of control area? Maybe some ideas right around this level of 1812. Almost got them. 1880s, 1812 right here. There's a tap on 1812. Or 1827, my bad, 25. Okay, so that's where that previous idea is. But we want to see, okay, well, that's your second time coming down here. 1 and 2, is this a trend, or are you going to break this down and get back into these levels? And it can definitely come and hit its head on either one of these, this downtrend here or this previous uptrend. So I'm not sure which one it's going to try to test. Like it wants to retest 1825s. It'll bounce right there again. $18.25. 10 seconds left on this candle. This is the second time that $18.25 has looked to be holding. So I'm thinking it's going to either go back up and test one of these two. Back up here would be 1960. Back up here would be 2042. There it is. Let's see which one it hits his head on. It's just now making it to 8 million shares traded. 2 million shares until it's at 10. And pre-market 10 million shares, I would consider a high amount of volume on any stock. Opening up the new candle there. Still has room to test either one of these. So 1923 up here or 2042. Okay, testing that first one slightly. This 1923. Will it go ahead and pop through there and try to hold and retest this bottom? Okay, holding there a little bit. Bottom side of this was 1804, so pretty much a whole dollar level here and a previous idea of an uptrend. So that's probably why it's getting a little motion up. If you're able to trade this, if you're using Lightspeed or something, how are you trading this? Are you trading on this trend? Are you looking for are you using other indicators? How are you trading this? Or is it even available to be traded on Lightspeed? It's got to be available somewhere, right? Somebody's trading this. Yep. Okay. So again, held this level, has this upside up to 2064 that it could come back up and test, which would be another outlier, and we could see another idea here. Let's see how it does right up here to this 2080, 2090-ish level. Mm. So through a wick right up to that 2060-ish level right there. So about 20 cents away from the top of that. And then to the downside, it's got 1864. This would be a new outlier, so a new idea for downtrend right on through here. Another little test there. And at this point, this one is so far out of bounds, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And remove this one. This one can stay. All the rest of them can stay. They're still being tested. They're tested ideas. The fact that it's taking it this long to get 2 million shares traded, people are probably pumping the brakes. About to create a new low if it breaks below 18s. Point of control just moved up to 1817. Point of control over here on the 5-minute 1886. So it's going to be creating a new box here, 1817, 1886, and then 1773. 1773. So it's pretty much just sitting on top of all of these. I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I try to draw anything because it's so thin right here. The bottom of the value level is literally inside this little, the bottom of this little box here around 13s. Vero just popped up. V-E-R-O. V-E-R-O popped up. So look at that real quick. All right, so V-E-R-O. Venus Concept receives a 510K for Venus Nova, its most advanced multi-application platform for non-invasive body and skin treatments. And it's looking like it's catching up real fast with GLTO in volume. It has 5 million shares traded, up 45%. So we'll see if it blows past GLTO. This one, let's go look at the daily chart before it starts to make any crazy moves. Daily chart. So closed here at the 193. And looks like I have some previous levels created here. I think I'm going to just clear all of this because it's kind of, let me see what date I put these out here. Activate. I mean, some of these can actually stay though. Nah, I'm gonna get rid of all. I want to do a clean drawing. All right, so 193 came up here to 284. So came right around this level. So this is a daily peak level. Daily peak level 280s. Zoom back a little bit. Got a little peak out here at the 309s. So duplicate. Another peak level all the way out here to 426. Back it on up. Then we had this big gap here. So I'm not sure it'll be able to fill, but I'll mark that if it starts making its way up there. I don't know if it will. It went up to a high of 363 during this time that we're on. GLTO, what you got going? GLTO did another bounce off this level of the 833s. And just trying to hold this way in here. This is another outlier idea. So we'll go ahead and mark this. Mark this. See which one ends up causing it to fumble the bag. This is the third time. So it came down with a big pullback here. Smaller and smaller. And we'll see if this 1815 becomes some kind of drop point back into this level down here. All right, back over to Vero, V-E-R-O. Where is this stock from, V-E-R-O? Good morning, Danielle. Vero, where are you from? Come on now, internet. Vero looking like it's kind of dive bombing $1 down from where it was. 6 million shares traded. And yeah, the internet is tripping this morning, I guess. Guess I'm gonna have to be looking to buy another computer here soon. I've been putting some work on this computer, man. It'll be close to blowing up. I think I got like a year or so left. Get rid of it. Let's see. So Venus Concept Inc., a medical technology company, develops, commercializes, and delivers minimally invasive and non-invasive medical, aesthetic, and hair restoration technologies and related services in the United States and internationally. Its products portfolio includes Venus Legacy, a non-invasive device used in dermatological and general surgical procedures for females. Okay, let's skip all this. Let's skip. They got a bunch of stuff dealing with hair and all of that stuff. Hair restoration. This company is headquartered in Toronto, Canada. So Canadian stock. Go ahead and notate that. When was it incorporated? I don't see incorporation date, but yeah, that's all it's giving us is it's a hair restoration Canadian stock. So I don't know how hot that's gonna be today. Gonna go ahead and put that in there. Hair restoration Canadian stock. Hair restoration Canadian stock. Canadian. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, let's see what else we got up here. GLTO broke down this little double here. So it formed one idea going down, two ideas. Now this one is getting out there. So this one is a little further away, and I always like to do that cleanup just to minimize the amounts of drawings we have here, but and keep with the ones that are currently still kind of in play. So this is another time it's come down here and it's getting weaker and weaker at this point. About to hit 9 million shares traded as it's diving back towards these points of control that we had verified earlier. Vero only up 24% now. So definitely losing its little wings. 1717. And this uptrend up here, I'm not sure if it's still in play actually, because this is at 17. This is up here. At this point, it would have to go back up to 22 to hit this one. Don't know if that's exactly possible as it continues to trade downwards here. Had to find a new uptrend. Yeah, I think I'm gonna clean this one up. Remove. It's got this overbearing one up here in 1935. And then it has room all the way down here to 13s. So we'll see which way it wants to go. Just a little $4 drop, right? All right, let me look back over at the news here. Where were we? Magnificent 7 market pullback. Let me refresh this. Any interesting headliners that we're seeing out here? Trading platform eToro beats profit estimates as retail investors ride market boom. That's the most recent news that I see, but that was 27 minutes ago. eToro, ETOR. Okay, what is it got going on out here? Low volume mover, 34 up to 38, and it has pulled back, so not the most impressive one. GLTO coming back up here to this idea, hitting its head a little bit. GLTO is about to be at 10 million shares traded, has absolutely slowed down 100% in volume. Popping up again, bottom side, so it created a lower, whoa, all the way up there to that previous uptrend-ish level. See if it crashes back down. Previous uptrend becoming some type of resistance. Bottom of this is 1756. So this is another outlier. 10 seconds left on this one. And this popped from 1768 up here to 2085. This is another one. Let me go ahead and mark this up. Another outlier there. And this is 1, 2, 3, but this time it's finding resistance in this level, in this area, and still has room all the way back to the 16s. Five 500,000 shares until 10 million. We have a very small uptrend here. Let me see, from right here. Can I even get it? Right here, right through here. That's kind of crazy. That almost looks like a flat level. Right. Well, that definitely became a little bit of resistance for it. So $20 is looking like it's becoming a little hold point. Vero continued downwards as well, almost has more volume than GLTO though. 7 million, 2 million away from GLTO. Room down here to 17 flat before it breaks down. Let's jump over to IMTE. That was the leader, the first leader that we saw went up to 239, came all the way back down to 98 cents. And then Vero from 363, hair restoration Canadian company, all the way back down to 233s. GLTO again trying its best to continue to ride up, but continues to find resistance on this previous uptrend idea. I used to try to play around with the Fibonacci fans that they have in TOS, but those fans, they kind of they try to calculate based off of each other, and I found that just looking at the chart and marking up the ideas works better for me. Because one, I can do cleanup really easily instead of having to delete the whole thing and then redraw and redraw and redraw. You know, just the ones that get out of range that become like, okay, if it goes down there, I don't want it anymore. Like this one right here. This one is so far away. This is all the way down to the $10. I'm like, I'm cool. If it goes that far down, I'm okay. You know, that's $8 loss. And so it's becoming way out of play for me. And I just keep the ones that are pretty much, you know, relatively looks like it could have a clean move back into these levels. All right, so that one's continuing to hold down. Go ahead and get rid of this one, remove. So slowly cleaning it on up. So we have a confirmed uptrend level, right? Uptrend level that got denied at this downtrend and this previous uptrend level. So there's more telling me that it's going downwards than not. So that 17 flat is the area right now though. Vero all the way back down to 17% up. Three 300,000 more shares until this thing hits 10 million. Point of control, a lot of trading has gone on at this 1817 level, which if it starts to become resistance as well, then you got a trend, two trends, and the point of control becoming a wall up here. And now it's only trading hundreds of shares at a time. I think the direct offering on this one is going to be very nasty though. If it does hold to the open, I would if it holds flat like this to the open, I'll be very, very uptight. Especially when I'm sitting there just holding it, thinking it's going to go back up. $17 flat about to get tested again. Point of control start at $16.50 down here. Hmm. So lower low. It's gonna need to get back over 1770, 70. Okay, there it goes. All right, let's see how this idea holds up then. Since it's doing all this playing around. That is a very steep trend, but we'll see how it plays. Got multiple levels up here to become walls. Let's see, 1914, then above that. I mean, it's got a lot of levels that can become walls here. Oh, and the point of control. I forgot about that. Hitting the point of control, 1817. Will it get a steep turnaround back under this? About to be the top of the hour, 7 o'clock for me on Central Standard Time. Top of the hour just hit. Still within the downtrend. Sitting on that 816, 817 point of control. And just crossed over that 10 million mark. They got plenty of people to to sell to now, for sure. All right, let's see if it re-enters that point of control down there at 1650. Let's stretch this out. So the bottom side was 1309. Stretch this on over here, 13. So it's already starting to fail this, what I thought was some type of uptrend here. Vero continued down. I mean, Vero, if it does pick up a little bit of volume, it'll be, I mean, it really doesn't have to do that much work to catch up. It's only 3 or 2 million shares behind GLTO. I don't know if they're allowing trading on this one. I know that they were blocking it on GLTO though. But this one has 9 million shares. It's come down here into this little bottomish area. But I'm not sure if it can get back up to 279. We've seen it before. We've seen these types of moves before, but it's just sometimes they're choppy. Maybe they do get up because it looks like a big kind of the start of a bowl here. And May tried to do a little small cup and handle, but I'm just not sure about this one, especially with it having that catalyst hair restoration and being a Canadian stock with the way the tariffs and everything are right now. I'm not sure about that. GLTO coming back down to the 17 percentile or 17 under 17, about to re-enter this point of control level, getting a bounce right off that 13. I mean, not 13, 1650 top of the box. And at this point, this uptrend right here, I may call that dead in the water because I don't know if it can get back up there to 20. Now under this previous level, so let's see if this level starts to become some type of resistance at 17. I guess you could say 17 flat. So I'm going to remove that one. And this one, it also failed, so remove that one. And now we just got 3 downtrends. We want to see if it starts to build up another uptrend. Vero getting close to 10 million as well. So some kind of way is keeping up in the volume level. I don't know what people are planning on doing with it. Still up 17%. Non-invasive body and skin treatments. All right, so a small little pop off the top of this level. Rising right back up, but not breaking over 17. Still in a downtrend, doesn't matter. That little pop, you got to get all the way up out of there. Yep. Treating it as resistance. Couple seconds left. Let's see if it closes under. It looks like it's gonna close under. Yep. All right. Right at that 17 level. Bottom of this candle was 16.19. Vero back up 20%. 22% with 9 million shares traded. But no clear, no real clear levels here. Let's see. So there was an idea here. I'm not sure how that's going to end up holding on this little cheap one. This one back here, I guess there was a little something there, but that, I mean, I'm just not sure about these ideas. It hasn't proven anything. But only going up to 239, came down 220. So this is maybe 10 something cents. So I just don't see the worth. All right, GLTO coming back into this downtrend again. Continue to walk its way down. Any new news out here that we're seeing? And also, are there any speakers today? So today is the 10th. So on the 10th, no speakers. Tomorrow we have Veterans Day. The daily, weekly, and statistical releases scheduled for today will be released on Wednesday, November 12th. Then there's a discussion on this day by Barr on artificial intelligence and innovation at the Singapore FinTech Festival in Singapore. So maybe we'll see some Singapore stocks, Chinese, Asian stocks going up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. It might be on the 12th. And then on 12th, we have Waller speaking about payments at the 9th annual FinTech conference hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank, Philadelphia. Miran conversation with Federal Reserve Governor Stephen I. Miran at the fireside chat at University of Cambridge, Judge Business School, Cambridge, United Kingdom. And that looks like everything from this week. So we'll see how all that goes. Vero continuing to make chop its way up here. 10 million. It's about to pass GLTO in volume if it keeps this up. 28% up on the day. Yeah, it's catching up pretty quickly with GLTO. Bottom side 225, so about 25 cents there. If it's going to be the leader on the day, then I'm like, I don't know if I want to be with this leader. But there's definitely opportunity. Came down here, swung the bottom. It did look like a big cup, and this would be the handle forming here. So we'll see how that goes, if it just crashes out or what. But about 25 cents of movement there. Okay, GLTO, what in the world are you doing? GLTO springboarding back up off of this level. This is another outlier. Go ahead and mark this one up. Another outlier here. Just continues to fight. Right back up to that 817 level. Refused to break back into this box down here. But still in the overall downtrend. Okay, at this point, I need to do a little cleanup. So this one is way out. Like if it fell all the way down here, this is $9. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out of there. This one still within the box, so we'll leave it for now, but it's going to be getting cleaned up here soon. We have a little bit of an idea of an uptrend. So, but it's kind of steep here. Off the box. Then we have this previous level. I'm not sure about this one. I might remove this one. This is a long way down into 13. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get rid of that since it's still holding the box. The box seems to be some type of support for it. Another idea of a downtrend. Keep showing us, hey, I want to go down. Hey, I want to go down. One of these times, it's going to actually go down. Top side of this 1869. And this is another stop point at that 817. When Vero overtakes it in volume, then I'll be like, yeah, Vero is probably where people are going to be trading today, even if it's going to be small trades. Vero is only behind not even 1 million shares, catching up very quickly to GLTO. See the bid and the ask bid coming back down to 818 up here. 817 has been that point of control all morning that it's struggled with, and it continues to hug that up. Vero, fast approach, like literally what, 500,000 shares now. It's about to be the number one in volume in the low floats, which is scary because it's trash. Let's look at Vero right quick. Vero continued to pump up here. And like I said, I mean, it moved up, but this was definitely some time and chop right here from 7 all the way to about 15 minutes of movement up here. As GLTO starts to give up the ghost. That 8, it keeps popping up though. 1817 just not quite closing out the story just yet. All right, Vero reached a little tip top there. Only needs about 500,000 shares traded now to reach, and this is what I'm looking at right here on low floats. Right here, these volumes. So 12 million on this one, 12 million on this one, and I'm thinking it's gonna go ahead and get on down there. GLTO, another tryout with room down to 1650 again. It's looking like it really doesn't want to give up that lead position in volume. Moved from 1822 up here to 1922, about a dollar move on this candle. This will be another outlier if it starts to fail back. So 1946, okay. Is this going to be another outlier? It needs to at least break down half of this previous candle that it launched up. So about the 1875s. What looks like it's pushing on higher. See if we can break down the 1875s. $18, $19, $19, $18, $75. So that's half. Well, it did. And let's see if it'll close below 1975 or 1875. Did not close under it. So held 1878 right there. Top side is a 1980s. It's fighting. Point of control still has not moved yet on the 1 minute, but on the 5 minute and the 15 minute, it said 1805 and 1814. So it's pretty tight around here. 1817 or 1805 up to 1817 is a pretty tight little range. So a breakdown of 1805 is going to be dangerously. I see one that just popped up called Move, MOVE, Move. What is this? What is this thing that is up 15%? Let's see what the news is talking about. So this is TOS news. Trading halted. What? Okay, whatever. Okay, so halt news. Corvex to go public. Corvex to go public in an all-stock merger with Movano. Okay. So that whole chart just looks diseased. Pure play for secure AI infrastructure. AI infrastructure. We'll see about that. Why does it look so new? Looks like it hadn't been trading that long. Let's go jump over here to the daily chart on Move. So close at 1477. Went up there to a high of 12. So all the way up here, and then came all the way back down to 5. So that is not a great move there. Only 1 million shares traded, not even up 10% now. So, giving me the ick. Let's see. VSIG was another one that went up. So this is what my low floats are looking like right now. Oh my goodness, it's up to 20. What in the world? GLTO fighting off the box, refused to go down, and now it is forming another outlier here up to 20. Wow. Would not give up that top volume position. Okay, so this is another outlier if it can hold down here. And so this was the original little uptrend idea off the box, and it has been holding this. So let's see what a fall looks like on this uptrend, because it's now made its outlier up to 20. And no real higher lows. So 19s. Zoom into this a little bit. All right. So yeah, I'm just not seeing anything competing with the range that it's giving or the volume. See, is it ready to dump all the way back down into the 1650s down here? $3 drop. Okay, point of control just moved up to 1896 on the 1 minute. It's still at 1805 and 1814 on the 5 and 15 minute respectively. So still 1805s. See, does it want to get back under that 1817 that it held forever? This is insane. To not be able to touch it. and just you know, on the better judgment of our broker, just be like, you know what? Hmm. There's got to be a reason that they're blocking this one though. I'm sure we'll see it unfold later on in the day what that reason is. Move. Well, 10%. What kind of stock is Move anyway? Move looks like Vano. All right, Movano Inc., a technology company, engages in the development of a platform to deliver healthcare solutions at the intersection of medical and consumer devices. It offers EV Ring, a wearable device for women that combines health and wellness metrics comprising resting, heart rate variability, blood oxygen, respiration rate, skin temperature, and all of this stuff. Um, System on a chip for blood pressure, glucose. Okay. All right. The company was formerly known as Maestro Sensors Inc. and changed its name to Movano Inc. in August 2018. Movano Inc. was incorporated in 2018. So it was incorporated and changed its name in the same year and is headquartered in Pleasanton, California. Okay. So this is like women's healthcare. So women's healthcare. And it is out incorporated 2018 out of Cali, California. Okay, GLTO, where you at now? Just continue to throw wicks at this point. The more wicks, the more uneasy the traders are probably going to get in it. And now it has its first downtrend inside of a downtrend. So it reached the outlier up here of 21.25 and then made a lower low down here of 19.51. We'll see if it continues to follow this downward. Whoops, wrong one. See, it is a little steep right here. I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure how steep it's gonna go as far as the move down, but we'll see. Back over to Vero, came back up to sitting right at 250. Still very close, only 700,000 away from becoming the number one in the small caps. Boy, don't like it. Don't like these moves. VSIG, Vero, IMTE. Anyway, let me see if it's any large caps. I didn't see any real news about the large caps coming out with anything spectacular. The Suez Canal Ocean Lines discuss return of global shipping. Singapore's grab to invest 60 million in remote driving firm Bay. BBC apologizes as Chiefs quit over editing of Trump's speech. Okay, 25. All right.
Podcast. I'm Yahoo Finance Executive Editor Brian Sazi. Like I always say, this podcast will make you a smarter investor, period. And it's smarter about all things defense here. This is just pardon the pun, exploding sector, especially here under the Trump administration. I want to focus in on one company looking to invest in the space through different avenues. That's Brooke Coburn, co-founder of Capital Meridian. Brooke, good to see you here. Thanks for joining us here on the podcast.
Great to be with you, Brian. Thanks for the opportunity.
So your firm, founded in 2021. You spent many years working at the Carlyle Group. Take us through the firm's founding and what you're working on here, and again, also no pun intended, your mission for investors.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. So a little bit of background. So my partner and I started Capital Meridian in 2021, and we did so after 25 years together at Carlyle. So, the firm that we're building is a specialist. So the biggest part of what we do is national security investing. We're based in Washington. We have one
Let
fund.
me pause you real quick. Move is over here making a move. I don't know what it's got going on, but it's popping. I'm gonna continue to watch Move. For sure. These other two, GLTO and Vero, I'm kind of on the fence about, but I'm gonna see what this women's healthcare deal is doing. GLTO continues to get slapped at the 20. Tried to do a little breakout here, but continue to show us these 1-minute wicks, and I'm wondering when it's gonna give out. Not making any new highs though. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it just made a new high. Never mind. But yeah, GLTO, 2305 is that high up there. That's interesting. So now the points of control are 1896 up to, or 1814 up to 1896. Well, I mean, I don't know how much money they're gonna make on this dump that they're gonna do, but it's leading the day with 350% with the highest volume as far as a stock that can give range. Behind it is IMTE with 49 million, but it's not a stock that can give range. Okay, so this is another outlier. It's been holding here for quite some time at this 1817 and finally took off. Let me see if it got any new news or something. Nope, no new news. It's going up now. Slapping that level of the 2305. With a new outlier right there at that level. So I'm not sure what this thing wants to do at this point. It is it's got this uptrend here. These downtrends have been pretty much invalidated. So none of that matters. We just got this uptrend that's been holding. We'll see how that continues to hold. We have new downtrends up here. So I'm just not sure. And we have this main flat level here at the 1750s. But it's been holding all of that. I am scared for anybody trading this into the open. But anyway, we pretty much seen a lot of the things that have been happening this morning. It is Monday morning starting the week. So I would definitely say be careful. Some of these are making some weird moves. I'm just not sure where the market wants to go today. This one made a low down here of 482, but it is holding above that 5 level. We'll see how that continues to hold throughout the day on Move. And it says that press release, it says Corvex to go public. I don't know what Corvex is. Corvex. Oh, a combined. Oh, this is merger. I'm not sure about a merger either, but we did see that acquisition. GLTO was acquisition. So things that usually don't do well for some reason are doing some moves today. Acquisitions are usually things we avoid, but this right here, acquisition, does not look like a regular one. So I'm not too sure, kind of confused on the day to start the day. Mergers and acquisitions taking souls. Anyway, about to get on down. I'm gonna continue to watch. Well, I don't know how much I'm gonna watch of it, but I'm gonna continue to come back and check in on GLTO to see if anything else wants to come up. Move is also one that I'll be watching. Those two. Go ahead and slap those on my watch list. And everything else is pretty much out of scope as far as range goes. So I don't really care about Vero, don't care about any of these other ones that aren't going to give some range. GLTO double top up here to 2305s, and looks like it's coming down a bit, but we thought that before. Move. Where's your point of control? Point of control during pre-market, let's see. 587, 597, and 634. So where's 634? 634 is up here. Let's go ahead and mark that for later on in the day. So we know your point of control 634 down here to 586. So this is a highly traded level. And I'll come back later on in the day and see if it's trying to attack this or if it ends up fading. All right, GLTO right back down to $20. Has a couple of test points down here. This was that original uptrend, so we'll see how hard it breaks this down back into this downtrend. But yeah, I would definitely say be careful, keep your head on the swivel, because looks like today's gonna be one of those funny days, you know, where you end up laughing at the end of the day, like, why did I do that? You know. But I'm just going to, if I see something, I'm going to try to update you guys in the Discord, and then be like, hey, this looks interesting. And then I'll take action if a setup allows for it. Anyway, one more swing through our low float scanner. So let's see right now. And then what I have actually on watch, these two, GLTO and Move. That is it for me. So let's go ahead and dial it out. Keep your head up, keep your head up. All right. So here we go, breaking it on down. Keep your head on the swivel, and I will see you guys tomorrow in pre-market. And as always, the market is risky. It's dangerous. It's kind of volatile times right now, and I'm looking for a new topic that is popping. But for right now, I mean, acquisitions and mergers are just a weird topic to be popping. But it is what it is. Keep your head on the swivel, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.